tension's building. All around, you can feel it in the air. It's more than a feeling. A new reality everywhere. I look and see the signs of the times. Yeah, it's coming, but they're all in the now. Everything you know, it's all about the change. See the sky crack and it rains down flames. Oh man, they ain't ready for it. This is something that they can't ignore. Coming down like a meteor. This is more than a game. You better get ready. Shock the world. Shock the world. This is more than a game. You better get ready. Go ahead, get ready. Shock the world. Shock the world. Shock the world. This is more than a game. You better get ready. Go ahead, get ready. Shock the world. Yeah. Shock the world. Feel the earth shake, smoke rising, walking through the flames. All reality became unchained, like the jaws of a lion that can't be tamed. Welcome to the future.
All right, here we go. Game 2 of our doubleheader here on Sunday night. AHSHA Perry, green, blue, and white. Mountain Red, Christmas colors. A little too early for that. Nevertheless, green, red, and white for the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions for the last team here in D1. So that's good for them. They are as fresh as can be. They're ready to go. They are ready to go. Easton Stiller in net for them. Wearing number 40 for Basha Perry. It's Connie Streeter, the junior. Stiller, the senior. Basha Perry, 0-1-1. Lost to Pinnacle last week. Or check that, 0-1 for the Bearcats. Give them an extra tie. Nevertheless, Bearcat Mountain Lions ready to go here on Sunday night. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Game 1 was a doozy 5-5 tie between the Thunder and the Huskies, Horizon and DV. Mountain Ridge coming off a great year last year as they entered the offensive zone. Number 2 seed, 15 wins, went all the way to the semifinals. As this shot goes wide of Streeter's net. Go Big comes back from behind. Babin and McCosh play catch back behind the net. Reynolds looks to pick it up for Basha Perry, and here they come with Chelsea. A Bearcats team that was the number 9 seed last year. I checked that number 7 seed, 9-8-4. They beat Horizon in the play-in game, and then they lost to Mountain Ridge, this Mountain Ridge team, in the quarterfinals in a really well-played game between two goalies who moved on to better levels of hockey, AAA in different states, with RJ Cavalcante and Austin Gerhardt. Both really good netminders. It was a 2-0 game, defensive the whole way. Boy Skadrone for Basha Perry, that being Carson, of course his brother Jackson, in the Bearcats program for a couple of years after he was a senior, graduated 2 years ago. Babin shot goes off the pad of Streeter. Camden Babin, a freshman last year, had an incredible season. 25 points, 13 goals, 12 assists. He was 5th in points in the entire league as a freshman. McCosh down deep, trying for the wraparound. It comes back out in front, picked off by the Bearcats, and off they come. It's Holgren across the line. Rahella lost his helmet. We're going to get a whistle. No penalty, he just lost his helmet. You got to call the whistle there. For 2 or 3 years we've been doing Division I streams, I don't think we've seen a helmet come off, at least from a skater, not a goalie. So he's going to have to head to the bench, get that back on, strap back up, the whole thing. Well, there's a first for everything, isn't there? Back to the blue. Boyskis shot saved and held by Stiller. A senior goalie, Eastern Stiller played for Centennial 2 years ago for the lower divisions. Never at Division I here at AHSHA, but has plenty of credentials. He's the Mission 18U AA goalie. And now plays for this Mountain Lions team that has a lot of big aspirations this year. Here's McCoss on the backhand, tried to toss it in front. Looking for Braden Horman. Well, that was Levake, looking for Jones. Turned over to the Bearcats. Drop pass, looking for Braden Horman, picked off by Issue. Talk about families. We got the Issue family, Braden and Lucas, senior and sophomore. Moving in from the corner. Looking for the puck is Figueroa. Still loose. Stiller with the pad down. Where is it? It's under him. Trying to push it across the line was Wolchansky. Talk about freshman. Stiller at the top of his crease and a lot of pushing and shoving, but no pushing the puck into the back of the net, as Eklund was back there for Mountain Ridge. So 2.5 in. No score just yet. Figueroa off the draw for the Bearcats. Looks to whip it in, and they do. Gallo on the backhand, around the wall on the far side into neutral ice. It's Sam to Noah, Noah to Sam, another family, and two brothers. Sam played with Mountain Ridge Division I last year. Noah getting some more time now with the D1 team. Basha whips it in. Back behind his own net is Lewis, Jonathan Lewis. Another returning D-man. Gets it to Noah Gallo, who knocks it behind Connie Streeter. Streeter got to see some action for Basha Perry last year in net, and it's now her net fully. She's the number one, according to head coach Aaron Burden. 4th year Division I head coach for this Bearcat team. Turnover, Gallo's shot saved by Streeter, and she'll cover. Streeter gave up 5 goals against Pinnacle, which is nothing to hold your head down about. Pinnacle's a very good team, and they're now 2-0 on the year. For Pinnacle. They've scored 10 goals. They have only given up 1. That's the favorite for you. That's the Pinnacle Pioneers. They have a big game on Friday against Notre Dame. As usual, Pinnacle Notre Dame, the biggest rivalry in AHSHA. Long stretch pass looking for Nick Wolf. That's his game. Wolf gets taken down by Rahela. And we're going to have a penalty upcoming. Bailey touches up. To the box goes Rahela. So he's had an interesting start to this game. His helmet came off, and now he takes a penalty. He's headed to the box. That's Nick Wolf. He's going to be looking for that long breakaway pass all night. He gets taken down. Let's see the exact call against him. First penalty of the game is a hook against Rahela, so a power play for Basha Perry. Wolf takes the draw. Let's see how they set it up. You have Holgren out there as well with Figueroa. Issue back on D as well. Mountain Ridge looking to go shorthanded. Reynolds is the 5th for the Bearcats. And Babin is offside. Four and a half in, 7 seconds gone in the power play. The Bearcats win the draw. As you mentioned, a loss to Pinnacle in their first game. Looking for their first goal this season. Still early, still just game number 2. Always good to break that ice and get one in the back of the net. Here's an opportunity. Chelsea cuts in front. Still with a good save. The red pads. It's not the Mountain Ridge dark maroon red, but it somewhat fits in. Better than maybe a blue. As Issue shot goes into the glove of Stiller and he covers. You have Lucas Issue. You have Brady Issue. Boyce Boudreau family, as we mentioned. The Cable family, Max and Cameron. So their power play continues. Noah Stanley will take the draw. 35 seconds gone and the man advantage. Stanley tried to push it toward the net off the draw. Mountain Ridge picked it up and their clearing attempt goes off the netting, so the faceoff will stay in the offensive zone for the Bearcats. All they're going to say went off of a Bearcat stick. Bill comes back out to neutral. It's Stanley, Olszewski, White, Reynolds, and Issue, the 5-man power play unit for the Bearcats. Here comes Brady Issue. over the line. Issue all the way across for Reynolds as they get it set up. Reynolds goes down deep for Jackson White. The senior goes down to Reynolds. Reynolds at the top, plays catch. Stanley back to the top. Issue shot along the ice and blocked. Kept in the zone by Reynolds on the far side half wall. Reynolds still walks the line. 45 seconds to go in the power play. Reynolds and Stanley play catch on the far side. Now to Issue on the near side blue line. Back across to Reynolds, looking for a deflection in front. So loose, they score! It's Jackson White, power play goal, and the Bearcats take the lead. 1-0, 5:25 into the first period. A soft-looking shot, looking for the deflection in front. Jackson White was there. Jackson White finishes. Power play goal for Basha Perry. They'll give the assists to Wolchansky and Stanley. On the goal, 1-0 Bearcats. That's a good start for them. We mentioned this Mountain Ridge team, they've played seeding tournament games together. They've done summer skates, etc. But how would they perform in a game? Connor Brown gets his puck taken off his stick in a regular season game at that. The last team to play their first game. Teams played last weekend. Teams played yesterday. Campo Verde, after tonight, they already have 3 games played. They just took down Hamilton on the other side of the rink. Good 5-2 win for the Campo Verde Coyotes and Coach French's team. Babin's going to chase after this one deep in the offensive zone. 8:45 to go in the first. Babin near side goal line, puts it on net, saved by Streeter. Rebound, still looking for it. It comes back out to the point, and the shot goes in. Rahela with the goal and the response. Less than a minute after Basha scores, it's Mountain Ridge who ties it. Kyle Rahela. Good work by Babin and Co. in front. Makash setting the screen. No chance for Streeter to see this one as it goes over her right shoulder and in the back of the net. Rahela gets the goal. 1-1 the score. And the scoring continues. Turnover in front. Stiller with a save as he sits on his stomach. A little bit of frantic action here to begin. Shefty down, now to the backhand, across, and the backhand try goes wide. No assists on that one for Rahela. He gets the solo and only credit for the goal. 1-1 the score. Chelsea for the Bearcats, gets it ahead for Boyce Gaudreau. Goes off the wall. Stanley right there to pick it up. Stanley in front, couldn't find his man, cutting toward the net with Smith. Or check that, that was Issue. Issue lost it. Mountain Ridge couldn't get this one on net. Levake for Eklund. Eklund down low. Mahan doing a couple stick lifts in the corner. Going to gain possession. The Bearcats use the wall to their advantage. Stanley at the end of a long shift will flip it in on Stiller. He pads it to the corner, and Stanley and Co. go for a change. Mountain Lions can't clear. Kept in by White, the big body senior. He has the first goal for Basha Perry. Levake off the wall. Couldn't keep it in. That was Olszewski coming off the bench, the freshman. He might be a freshman, but he looks bigger than a freshman. That's a big freshman out there. You don't see a ton of them at the D1 level. Usually they start their work at the JV, D3, D2 level, but hey, if you're good enough, and ask Camden Babin, if you're good enough, you're playing at the D1 level, and Camden Babin was more than good enough. He was almost the best at the D1 level of freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, whatever that might be, whatever year you might be, Camden Babin was up there. Top 5, top 10, depending on who you ask in terms of forwards at the Division I level last year. Now, his sophomore year begins tonight As I mentioned, Mountain Ridge's first game. Go big, look to clear it. Here's Holgren. Holgren in the circle. His shot, bad save by Siller. Kicked out the right leg. They get it ahead, looking for Sam Gallo and Bailey. Bailey can't hold on to it. Few hits in front of the Bearcat bench. Bailey in the corner, centering pass, cleared out of harm's way by Issue. Braden Horman picks it up. Horman shot, shoulder save by Streeter. Gobig gets in the rebound. Back behind the net now. Drop pass from Jones to Gobig. Gobig on the forehand. Still moving in. Bearcats take it away. They have numbers the other way. It's Reynolds taken off his stick by Rahela. Nice play by Kyle Rahela. He's had a very interesting start to this game. First 10 minutes, he had his helmet fall off. He took a penalty which resulted in a Basha goal, and then he scored a goal to tie us up. Levake down low, taken away. Basha the other way with numbers. O'Hearn with Issue, looking for Lucas Issue, and Rahela with another really nice play. Offside the call here in front of the Mountain Lion bench. 5:25 to go in the first. Back the other way, Brown in front, they score! Quick response, 7 seconds after the draw, the Mountain Lions make it 2-1. A beautiful 2-on-1, back and forth they go. Makash is gonna get it. Let's see this one right off the draw, cut everybody by surprise. Nice play as Brown went across. And the goal scored by Makash. So the Bearcats have to respond. They scored first. They haven't scored since. Here's Babin the other way for Mountain Ridge. They have numbers. Babin, Makash, and Brown. Babin across, looking for Makash on the backhand. Bearcats 6 were in the way. Under 5 minutes to go now in the second. Figueroa to Issue. Issue across the line. Game possession. Lewis knocks it away. And now we have Gallo down on the ice. Gallo's down on the ice. Issue's going to the box. Let's see the call here. Gallo gets up. He's going to start skating to the bench. That being Sam. Seems to be all right. Let's take another look at this one. It was behind the play. It was right in front of the goal. It was a high stick of some sort. They're trying to decide exactly how much time they're going to give on this penalty. Watch behind the play by the net. Gallo went down and then Issue gave him an extra cross check after he went down. So not only is Issue not going to the box, he's going to the locker room. It wasn't for the high stick or the hook, whatever you might have it in front of the net. It was the extra cross check after the play. And you saw the replay there, and look, that's just not within the rules. There's the cross check rules. Not only was it a cross check, it was after the whistle. It was behind the play. The puck was nowhere near. And we're going to get the official word on exactly what they're going to call. It's going to be a major. It's going to be a 5-minute major for cross-checking against Issue. So the Bearcats have to send a representative to the box, and they do, but it's a 5-minute major penalty against the Bearcats. It's going to be served by Stanley, but Issue is the one who takes the 5-minute major for cross-checking. So they sent him in the locker room because, well, he can't play the rest of the period. We'll see if they let him back in. It wasn't a misconduct, or at least what it is listed as. Only 4:20 to go. Here's Babin trying to put it between his legs and in the back of the net. This one is off the netting, and it's going to come out of the zone, it looks like, because it went off Babin and high and off. The netting out of play. So issue goes to the locker room. We'll keep an eye on that. Stanley's in the box, which is a very tough job to have if you're on a hockey team. You didn't take the penalty, but you have to serve it. Thankless job. 2-1 Mountain Ridge in front. Basha scored first. Mountain Ridge just scored 2 straight. Makash behind the net. And we'll start it up. A 5-minute power play for these Mountain Lions. They can score as many times as they please with being up a man for 5 minutes. Horman comes out of it in the slot. Horman shoots, and it got blocked on the way. Davin gets on the rebound on the near side circle. 3:45 to go in the period. Davin shoots. Shot blocked by Reynolds. Clearing attempt accidentally goes off Wolf, but Rahela couldn't keep it, or they're going to call a hand pass. So that's what draws the whistle. A lot of stoppages here in the first period. Haven't had a ton of those in the games that we've seen. Had a 2-1 game last weekend between Hamilton and Notre Dame, and the game went maybe an hour. It was a quick game, only, what, 2 or 3 penalties? 2 penalties, I think it was. Maybe a little bit more between those two teams. But it was a quick game and maybe under 5 icings. These guys didn't get the memo, I guess. Penalties and whistles and hand passes, offsides, everything. Mountain Ridge in the offensive zone one more time. Setting up the power play. Good work by Basha Perry to clear it out. Boyce Gaudreau the other way short-handed. Gaudreau trying to put it across. Go big, blocked the pass. Second attempt went through the blue paint. Stepping up is Wolchansky. Wolchansky short-handed. Back behind the net. Killing time. Good work by the freshman. We'll check out O'Hearn. O'Hearn also a freshman. He got a very young Bearcat team this year. Mahan from Mountain Ridge to the net. Back door. It's behind Streeter. He sits down and it stays out. It looked like an easy tap in. Are they going to give it to him? It looked like they will. Did it go in the back of the net? Let's take a look. Where is that puck? Yes, they didn't blow the whistle. Are they going to give him a goal? They are. So goal for Mountain Ridge. It looked like Dobig was right there. It was Levesque. So Levesque with the power play goal for Mountain Ridge. It looked like Streeter sat on it, but she did not. And it went past her as Levesque just swiped it in the back of the net. 12 shots for Mountain Ridge. 3 have gone in. And the major penalty continues against the Bearcats. It's 3-1 Mountain Lions. Brady Levesque. 9 goals last year in 15 games. Of course, first goal in the first game. Penalty upcoming against the Bearcats again. They're going to be down 2 men now once they touch up, and they do. This is going to be a hooking call most likely. Figueroa has some words for Gallo after. To the box goes O'Hearn. He will join Stanley in the box. Hooking is the call. And Mountain Ridge, not only are they rocking with a great 2.5 more minutes of power play time, no matter how many goals they score, now they have 2 minutes, which pretty much takes us to the end of the period, of 5-on-3 time. Penalties killing the Bearcats here in the first period. Foreman will take the draw. Reynolds backhands it back. Brown picks it off. Back to the top, Makash. Makash to Brown. Down low, shot goes high and rims off the glass and off the netting, which draws the whistle. Those are the shots on a 5-on-3 that, yeah, hit the netting and it'll come back out to neutral ice. Those are the killers, right? 5-on-3, you're looking for close shots, rebounds. You have 2 more players on the ice, and you don't want any shots that go high and rim around and out and maybe clear for the team that only has 3 players on the ice. Nevertheless, Mountain Ridge sets it up again with Makash at the top. Now Rahela already has a goal. He's had a crazy day so far today. Rahela to Brown. Makash at the top. Shooting save. Rebound, scores. Rahela again, number 2. And a power play goal for the Mountain Lions. That's more like it. Shot was blocked in front. No chance for Streeter. Power play goal for Kyle Rahela. He had the first goal for Mountain Ridge. He has the 4th goal for Mountain Ridge. They did give a game misconduct to Issue. So Lucas Issue's out for the rest of the game. His penalty will expire about 25 seconds into the second period, which is when Mountain Ridge will finally go back to even strength. They're still in the power play. Just now 5-on-4 as O'Hearn comes out of the box after the power play goal by Kyle Rahela. They give the assist to Makash and Connor Brown. On the Levake goal, they gave the assist to Mahan. Here's Basha the other way. Breakaway chance, but it's stoned. That was Reynolds, or check that. That was Wolf, who seems to be always on a breakaway. They could have made it 4-2 shorthanded. Rahela for the hat trick. He scores. The defenseman with a hat trick in the first period. Two on the power play, 1 even strength, and the Mountain Lions, they get 5-1 in the first. So mark that as the 3rd power play goal for Mountain Ridge, thanks to that 5-minute major and game misconduct to Lucas Issue for the cross-check that came after the play. It is 5-1 Mountain Ridge, and of course they are still in the power play, like I said, until at least 25 seconds into the second period. Rahela gets the goal. 5-1 Mountain Lions here in the first. Hard to blame Streeter, hard to blame the defense when you're constantly shorthanded. Neon for Mountain Ridge. Looking for number 6, and Streeter gets the save. 40 seconds to go in the first. We were gifted 2 great games so far for our AHSHA streams. Last weekend, 2-1 Notre Dame Hamilton. This weekend, check that right before, as Mountain Ridge hits the post one more time. Right before this one was Horizon and DV, which ended in a 5-5 tie, and a very exciting game. They could have watched that on the AHSHA YouTube page, which you're on right now. Here's Gallo. His shot saved by Streeter. That's the whistle. 18 shots on goal for Mountain Ridge here in the first period. 5 have gone to the back of the net. 3 power play goals. And the funny part is that the Bearcats scored first. They were looking good. They had a power play goal by Jackson White. He was right in front on a rebound. Ever since, it's been Mountain Lions, not in more. 15 seconds to go in the period. Stepping up is Mayon. He walks in, tosses it across, nobody home. 5 seconds to go. The Bearcats get a backhanded clear all the way down. Will the icing take place? It will not. That's the end of the period. 5-1. Mountain Ridge after the first. Yes, that is correct. We'll be right back. All right, back here on the AHSHA YouTube page for period number 2. Yes, 5-1, the score after 1 period. Because, well, Basha caught in the box, caught in the locker room, to be honest. Lucas issue with a 5-minute cross-checking penalty and a game misconduct, which really set his team back. Before that penalty, it was 2-1, or check that, it was, 2-1. Mountain Ridge in front, penalty occurs. Mountain Ridge with 3 straight power play goals. They start the second period with 23 seconds of power play time. Still on that 5-minute major to issue. Issue goes across, that being his brother, Brady, the senior. The sophomore, Lucas, is out for the rest of the game in the locker room for the game misconduct. Almost back to even strength. Mountain Ridge, who was coming in as favorite of all favorites, talking about having a good season, is cutting in and making the save as Streeter as Stanley comes out of the box, and Noah Stanley just had to serve the penalty. Gets to get back on the ice. And he says, can I stay on? Let's see. They got 7 on the ice. Oh, he's going to have to come on. He'll get back on. The Bearcats were already short tonight with a couple travel players out and a couple of their really good players, Jack Jensen, Lucas Palowadzinski, which is definitely on that all-time AHSHA name team, and Max Cable, who's a really skillful forward for the Bearcats, out tonight. So out one more with the game misconduct. We have a lot of players playing a lot of minutes tonight. Well, we're back to even strength with between the 6 goals scored, 4 have come on special teams. 4 have been power play goals, 3 for Mountain Ridge, 1 for the Bearcats. Reynolds picks off the centering pass, looking for that stretch pass for Chelsea. O'Hearn will gather up to it. Got past Rahela, centering pass, blocked away by Brown, up to Levesque. Here's Babin across the line, pass Reynolds. Babin to the outside, puts it in front, rebound, try a nice save, no, it's in the back of the net. That's the 4th goal for Kyle Rahela. This is a defenseman, folks. This isn't your usual goal scorer goal. But Kyle Rahela has 4 goals. And we're just a minute into period number 2. Nice job by Babin. Goes to the outside, passes D. Goes off the pad of Streeter, route out in front. And Rahela puts it in the back of the net, making it 6-1. For a defenseman, scoring a goal is, not rare, but, happens from time to time. 2 goals is, wow, what a game. A hat trick for a defenseman, and you're saying, this is the game of my life. What is 4 goals? That's the question. Chelsea's shot is blocked by Gobig and goes out of play. When it's your night, it's your night. I guess that's what happens. Look, when you look at last year with Kyle Rahela, he played 14 games, Rahela did. And in those 14 games, he scored 2 goals. It's not a slight, it's a defenseman. It's his job to defend the puck, to keep the puck out of his own net. He has 4 goals tonight, and we're not even halfway through this one. Or even close. What a night for Kyle Rahela. On his latest goal, because we have to keep track of that now, 4 goals, the assist goes to Camden Babin. So 6 straight goals by Mountain Ridge. They are leading 6-1 over the Bearcats, who are in danger of falling to 0-2 on the year. Look, the schedule makers did not give Basha any favors, as Stiller makes the save. Rebound try, still loose in the slot, and cleared out by the Mountain Lions with 2 minutes gone in the second period. They gave them Pinnacle, which is the overall favorite in Division 1. Everybody expects them, with their great squad, to finish first in Division 1 this year. Mountain Ridge is probably favored to finish number 2, them or Notre Dame. So no favors to Basha in terms of their schedule makers. There's no warm-up. There was no getting used to period for these Bearcats. They had to face 2 of the top 3 teams, depending on who you ask, in Division 1 to start out their season. Shot in front by Holgren was blocked down. Picked up by Wolf. Wolf, who had a great year last year, over 20 goals for these Bearcats. He's an offensive powerhouse. Might not be the biggest skater, might not be the most physically daunting guy, but he'll sneak past you. I'll tell you that. He has good skates. He can skate well, great shooter, and loves those breakaway passes. Offensive-minded player, for sure. Gallo shot off the shoulder of Schrader and out of play. For the Bearcats, look, we mentioned 2 games, tough games. Their schedule, I guess, maybe gets a little easier. Can't get much harder, right? Mountain Ridge and Pinnacle. They play Centennial and DV next weekend. 1 game on Saturday, 1 game on Sunday, and then they go to Notre Dame. So not an easy start to the year. No feeling out process for the Bearcats in terms of their schedule. But I'm sure they wouldn't have wanted any other way. They don't want any cupcakes. They don't want any easy wins to get going. They want to face the best of the best. They want to see what it looks like as it goes into the Bearcat bench. It feels like to play the best. And Mountain Ridge, Notre Dame, Pinnacle are the best of the best. And in terms of trophies, in terms of championships, well, who's better than Centennial? They are the defending champions at the D1 level, even though they lost a lot of players from last year. Because we have the time, we'll give a couple scores from around Division 1 from today and this weekend. We mentioned Horizon and DV with a great 5-5 tie. If you're watching this on the AHSHA YouTube page, which you are, be sure to check out that Horizon Desert Vista game from earlier tonight. That was a tremendous game. At 1.3 1 Horizon, then 4-3 Desert Vista as Makash cuts out in front, and he put it wide on the short side. And then Horizon came back with 2 of their own. They led 5-4, and DV tied it with 22 seconds to go. Kyle Ensley, the senior forward, had the tying goal. Hamilton and Campo Verde matched up tonight. Good win for the Coyotes over a Hamilton team that took down Notre Dame last weekend. How about that? Freshman goalie Landon Giacomo with a great performance last weekend against Notre Dame. He made the Prep Saints 0-1, which they quickly rebounded from and won last night 8-3 against the Horizon Huskies. 2-1 for the Bearcats. Kelsey over the line, but he's offside. He didn't touch it till play continues. 10 minutes to go in the second period. So Horizon, who came back today and earned a tie, a game that they probably feel like they should have won or maybe lost, depending on what point of the game. Here's Babin 2-on-1. Babin drags, shoots. Saved by Streeter with the right leg. He was trying to go 5-hole. Long pass. Holgren can't pick it up. Icing waved off as he got a piece of it. Holgren tried to put it in front for Stanley. Couldn't get it there. Here's O'Hearn. Stopping on a dime. So Horizon, whether you ask them, hey, should you have won a game you're up 3-1? Should you have won a game you're up 5-4 in the last minute? Should you have won a game that you were once down 4-3? Hey. You know, two sides of the coin there. They get a point either way with the tie. Tonight, and currently going on, is Notre Dame. They're facing off with Centennial, a championship game rematch. They just got going. Or so we thought. 8-10 start over in the other rink. The Shane Doan rink, which now has the full Shane Doan banner. That's a pretty good story. I know number 19 for the Coyotes was retired over at Gila River or jobbing.com and whatever Desert Diamond Arena they call it, right? And that banner was found by a fan, I believe, in a dumpster or something like that was the story. And someone returned it to Shane Doan as Schroeder makes the save. It's cleared away by the Bearcats all the way down. And it'll go down for icing. Doan got the banner back. Because the Coyotes, of course, I don't want to say extinct, but aren't in Arizona anymore, are now over with the Utah Hockey Club, called the Hockey Club, not the team, Hockey Club. It's like a soccer team. They say FC. For hockey, HC. Makes sense. So they got the Doan banner back, and well, what's a better place? Hockey in Arizona here at the Ice Den at the Shane Doan rink. So now you have a full banner, and this is a large banner, folks. It goes from the ceiling almost to the ground, and this ceiling's a good look. You don't want to fall from the ceiling, I'll tell you that. 25, 30 feet up or so, maybe more. This is a big banner, and whenever you go to a sporting event or a stadium, arena of any sort, you see those banners and you'll see them from the ceiling and you say, oh, maybe they're not that big. You see them in person, different story. Those are big banners. Wolchansky into the zone. Figueroa looks to pick it up, and Mountain Ridge gives it right back under 8 minutes to go in the second period. So that banner now stands, or is held, is placed, hung from the ceiling at the Shane Doan rink over on the other side. Wolchansky looks to pick it up. The Bearcats have numbers here. O'Hearn into the zone, onside, shot saved by Stiller. Another try and another save by Stiller, as trailing the play was Wolchansky. And he goes hands over head along with O'Hearn. Trying to put it in the back of the net. Good save by Stiller. He's been, up and down in terms of he hasn't faced a lot of chances. The shot totals are pretty even, which is kind of a shock considering how this game has gone, 24-18. But Stiller has had, shots here, shots there. There hasn't been much consistency is what I'm saying. He's going 3-4 minutes without seeing a shot. That was one of those moments, and he came up big and had been in a big spot to make the save. 6-1 Mountain Lions in front. Remember, this is their first game of the season. That's a little bit of a scary sight for Mountain Ridge. His first game, usually, let's get into it. Let's learn our systems. Let's play clean, basic hockey. They're doing everything pretty good tonight. Even though they got a lot of power play minutes, they're controlling play. Easton Stiller looks really good. And what about Kyle Rahela? He's looking for number 5 there. Why not? 4 goals for Rahela tonight out of the 6 for Mountain Ridge. They're definitely check in on that Notre Dame Centennial game whenever they do start it, because that's a big game for both teams. Notre Dame beat up on Horizon yesterday 8-3 after they lost opening night, or opening weekend, against Hamilton last Sunday, a week from tonight, 2-1. Now, I was talking with first-year head coach Taylor Nelson today for the Notre Dame Prep Saints, as Bavin comes down the wall and try to put it in front. And here and there on weekends, of course, when AHSHA plays their games, you're going to have travel players out, wherever they might be, Las Vegas, Boston, Philly, Chicago, Detroit, choose your big city, right? Dallas. But Roberto Gamez, who's one of their really top 6 forwards for Notre Dame, is not in any of those cities. He's in Italy right now. And it's not like he's vacationing there, seeing the Amalfi Coast or seeing the Leaning Tower of Pisa. As Levake cuts in front, Levake to the net, no chance, as his stick was lifted. Gamez is in Italy, playing for the U.S. hockey roller hockey team. Not a bad place to be, I would say. But my number one question to Coach Nelson was, they have roller hockey in Italy? I was shocked by that. Wolf comes back the other way, drops it for Chelsea, who makes a nice spin move back down toward the goal line. So Gamez will be back in a couple weeks for Notre Dame. Coach Nelson says we haven't had a game yet, including tonight, without our whole team. Here's Babin, breakaway. Babin couldn't get the forehand to go. Got a couple chances tonight, but hasn't been able to put one home. Doesn't have that scoring touch, I guess, like Kyle Rahela. I know he's going to be talking up a storm today. 4 goals for Rahela in this one. Let's get a replay on that breakaway. Babin looking to go back in. Forehand, had a little bit of room. Nice job by Streeter. Got the skate there, as Babin couldn't lift it, and Streeter got her right leg and kicked it out. Not a bad place anyways. Roller hockey, Italy. U.S. hockey or U.S. roller hockey team. So, coach, I said, hey, if you're going to be missing somebody in Italy, you might as well want them playing hockey of some sort, right? Even though it's roller hockey and not on the ice, staying in shape, playing the game that we all love. Jones picks it off at mid-ice at the red line. Stanley in his own zone, dangerous pass in front. Boyce Gaudreau tries to use the wall, picked up by Horman. Braden Horman, that is. We talked about families and brothers as Bailey puts it wide. Braden Horman's brother, Ethan Horman, former Mountain Ridge Mountain Lion. I believe he was a defenseman. He was a real good one at that as well. As Streeter makes a good save, rebound try, another stop, still loose in the crease. Cleared out by Basha Perry, long pass, breakaway chance, Stanley all alone. Stanley and Lewis takes them down. I think we're going to have a penalty shot. Or so, maybe not. Nevertheless, Lewis is down as well. He came in late, tripped up Stanley, who was cutting toward the net. Lewis slowly gets up. And this is going to be a penalty shot. In 3 years or so of doing Division I streams, as you're going to see the trip here from Lewis, we have not had a penalty shot in any game, playoff or regular season. So here we go. Noah Stanley, penalty shot against Easton Siller. From center ice, it is his game. It's all him. Here we go. Stanley picks it up right at the dot. Stiller comes out far. Stanley shoots, and a good blocker save by Stiller. No goal. Penalty shot unsuccessful. The only other time you'd see penalty shots other than plays like that would be shootouts. And there are no overtime or shootouts in the regular season. There are shootouts in the playoffs, though, after one overtime period in the quarterfinal or semifinal round as of last year's rules. Shootouts do occur. Had an incredible shootout 2 years ago between Pinnacle and Horizon in the quarterfinals. Here's Wolchansky shot, and Stiller holds and gets the whistle. Under 4 minutes to go in the second period. 6-1 Mountain Ridge. Pinnacle and Horizon went to, it must have been 7 or 8 rounds. And Horizon missed a couple of the nets. Pinnacle did the same. And the Pioneers, who were the favorite coming into that matchup, won. And they went on to the next round, which was against Corona. Good chance in front. Stiller on his stomach makes the stop as Max Baer had a chance. Turnaround chance by Issue, taken away by Mayon. Here comes Mountain Ridge the other way. Mayon across, shot saved by Streeter. Lonnie Streeter has, the score does not indicate the work that she's done for this Bearcats team today. She's had to face a lot of 5-on-4s, 5-on-3s, and has made this game, a 5-goal game without Connie, it would have been a 7 or 8 goal game easily. Issue picks it up behind his own net. Mountain Ridge backhands it down. Mayon puts it behind him and tried to cut back in front. Taken off his stick by Reynolds. Comes right back to him, and the shot is whipped wide. Jackson White, who had the first goal of this game all the way back in the first period on the power play, lays a hit. He's the tall senior who stands in the lane of Eklund. Alvaro Rahela looking for number 5 on the night, and it goes wide. O'Hearn tried to turn and whip it away. Issue does that job. It bounces down. Will it have enough for icing? Yes, it will. 2:23 to go in the second. 6-1 Mountain Ridge in front. 5 goals for Mountain Ridge in the first period. 1 here in the second, just a couple minutes in. They have 34 shots on that, and look, it's hard to make a case for how great a goaltender has been when it's 6-1, but Connie Streeter has done a very good job facing a ton of shots. Penalty, a lot on the penalty kill. There was a 5-minute major at the end of the first period. There's been other minors. that the Bearcats have taken and everything to keep this game at what it is. Hasn't had a lot of help. Levesque looks to make a few nice moves, taken away by Wolf. Nick Wolf in his senior year. His shot goes off the glove of Stiller. Might have got deflected on the way. Levesque backhands it off the wall. Sam Gallo turns it over to Wolf to neutralize. He has to wait for his teammates to touch up. He turns it over. The other way went Connor Brown. Chelsea kicks it forward. Go big at the red. Puts it off the glass and in deep. 90 seconds to go in period number 2. On the half wall, it's Levesque. Go big, gloves it down. Makes Figueroa go and chase it. Babin lifts his stick. Brown on the loose puck. At the goal line, McCosh just looks to push it in the back of the net on the short side. No dice. Bearcats come back the other way. 2-1-2 rush. It's Wolf and Chelsea across the line. Wolf drags, shoots, blocked away by Go Big Stick. Back to the blue line, it's Royce Gaudreau a minute to go in period number 2. And getting the glove save is Stiller. Now we'll have to look at this one. In the third period of 5 or more goal games, we've had a running clock. We'll see if they enact that rule in the third, as it is a 5-goal affair, 5-goal difference, 6-1. Mountain Ridge with possession. Bailey uses the wall to get it across. Back behind Streeter, who looks over her left shoulder. Good to see Lewis back out there, for he was down after the tripping call. Olszewski with numbers. Olszewski to the net. Wraparound try. Tried to put it in front. Stanley had his stick on the ice, but it never came to him. Mountain Ridge with 30 seconds now to go in the second period. Puts it across. Lewis comes down from the blue line. The defenseman playing below the goal line. Gets down to Bailey. Nice pass in front, and off the post goes McCosh. Oh, check that. Yes, McCosh, also Jones out there. Breakaway for Stanley. Stanley on the backhand. Couldn't get the shot through. We go back and forth. A lot of open ice here. That was a nice give-and-go play for Mountain Ridge as the end of the second period comes to 6-1 Mountain Lions at the end of 2. 15 more minutes to go. We'll be right back. All right, back here on the AHSHA YouTube page. 6-1 Mountain Ridge in front after 2 over Basha Perry. The Mountain Lions in their first game, which was a little odd They didn't play last weekend. They didn't play yesterday. As Basha cuts in front, O'Hearn, who's made a few nice moves today. I've been impressed by the freshman O'Hearn's game, along with Wolchansky. As Wolchansky got the stick on that shot from the blue line. Mountain Ridge did not play last weekend. They did not play yesterday. They played today as their first game. And as I mentioned earlier, Campo Verde has already finished 3 games. Here's Noah Gallo to the net. Good save, rebound, and Streeter makes another stop. Eklund couldn't get the shot away as Streeter was on her stomach. Figueroa tries to backhand it out. Well, Mountain Ridge used that extra rest, or whatever that may have you. Rust. Well, it didn't look like much rust tonight, especially for the man with the puck. However, hell of 4 goals in this game. He had 2 in 15 games all of last season for the defenseman. A minute gone in the 3rd period. Well, I'll give you an update. I know everyone who's watching this is watching this on recording from the AHSHA YouTube page. And we've had to record the first few games of the year, but good news for everyone who stuck around in this game at least. You'll know before anybody else. Next Friday, we hope to start our streaming for the 2024-25 season. Next Friday night, hey, no bigger game to start the streaming schedule on than Notre Dame and Pinnacle Friday night, which would be September, if I do my math correctly, the 20th. That seems right. And it will be a doozy. It's going to be Friday night, 9 p.m., 9:05 being exact. Notre Dame and Pinnacle. It's an early season matchup of 2 rivals. Of 2 major rivals at that. So Friday night, what I've been told is that both the Notre Dame football team and the Pinnacle Pioneer football team not playing on Friday night. They're on bye or whatever that might have you, which means hopefully more students from the student body are here at the Ice Den to watch. Saw an article on the Pinnacle football team. Now, a few of these Arizona football teams, college, you see non-conference games and whatever. Here in Arizona, they play teams from other states. So you got to play a team from Las Vegas, play a team from California, whatever that might be. Nevada, in Las Vegas, of course. Flagstaff, or check that, Pinnacle, played a game in Flagstaff 2 weeks ago against a team from New Mexico. Now, I don't know much about New Mexico high school football. I know Arizona high school football is really good. But this New Mexico team, which is from about, an hour north of Albuquerque, played against Pinnacle, which is, of course, located here in Scottsdale. But they played at a neutral site, so it'll be easier for both teams to play and travel to the game. I guess Pinnacle got a better, flip of the coin. They only had to drive 2 hours up to Flagstaff. This New Mexico team, I think it's from La Cueva, if I'm pronouncing that right, they had to drive 6 hours from New Mexico to Flagstaff, right along was that I-6, I-40, I-60, 60, Route 66, something like that. I think it was on Route 66. I've been on that road from Flagstaff to Albuquerque. It's not a fun drive. Anyways, these 2 teams played, and it was a great game. Went to double overtime. The New Mexico team was down like 10, 14 points with 2 minutes to go, and they came back to tie it, and then they won in double overtime. So hopefully the Pinnacle high school hockey team will have a better season than the Pinnacle football team. Here's Brown. His shot went wide to the short side. And no, Pinnacle and Notre Dame are not playing in Flagstaff, or else that would be a trip for a lot of people. My point is I'm getting back to the student sections that we were talking about with hopefully, with no football games, a lot of students will be here at the Ice Den, as Babin's going to go to the box here on a penalty. Basha goes off the post and it goes in. Goal on the delayed call. That looked like Chelsea, and it was. So the Bearcats get on the board. Zayden Chelsea on the delayed penalty. Scores. And the junior has his first goal of the year. What I'm getting at is I was reading this article about the Pinnacle high school football team playing against the New Mexico team. Games in Flagstaff. And there was a lot of Pinnacle high school students there to support. That was really impressive. And I thought that was awesome. You know, you drive 2 hours north, right on the I-10 or I-17, that's I-17, up to Flagstaff to see a football team play 2 hours away. That's awesome. They played at a neutral site at a high school over in Flagstaff. That was great. Good to see that. Figueroa's shot blocked down in front and cleared away. So hopefully with, well, maybe a 10-minute drive between both high schools to here at the Ice Den in North Scottsdale, we'll have packed stands. I'm told that the league might have to even start to sell tickets, as Wolf was here on the breakaway, but he couldn't control it because of the capacity here at the Ice Den and, well, how many fans are going to show up for this game. So if you can't show up, if you can't find tickets, if you can't get a wristband, whatever the tickets, and you're going to check the social medias for AHSHA Hockey for that information, make sure to watch our YouTube channel. We're going to start streaming Friday night, 9 p.m. Arizona time. If you're on the East Coast, get your coffee in. Another penalty upcoming here against Mountain Ridge. Once they touch up, the back official called it. Cross-checking is the call. We're going to get the great definition of cross-checking here. Everybody needs a little refresher. To the box is, that looked like Horman, and it is Braden Horman to the box for Mountain Ridge. Power play for Basha Perry, which has been awesome tonight. Hey, if there's any positive as the running clock continues here, if there's any positive for the Bearcats, it's the fact that their power play has been really good. 1 for 1 back in the first period. Then they scored on the delayed penalty, which they didn't even have enough time to get the 6th man on after Streeter would have to go to the bench. But nevertheless, you don't get a power play goal. It was a delayed penalty goal, and now another power play. So if you're taking positives out of this one, that would be one. Issue toward the net, blocked down by Mountain Ridge, and cleared down. Good job by Eklund getting in the shooting lane there. Less than 7.5 to go in the third period. 6-2 Mountain Ridge. Mayon swipes it down. I want to get a result, or at least a score, on that Notre Dame Centennial game, but I guess the website is not updating. So we'll see, and make sure to check the AHSHA Hockey website, which is updated from 2 years ago. It's very easy to use. It uses game sheets. Very easy to use. Awesome. You can find anything you might need. Schedule, standing, stats, anything on that website. Very, very great transition by the league to game sheets, which they did before last year. Issue clears it in. You know, the Mountain Lion team that is going to move on, and, well, they're going to have to play back-to-back games now. There's no block between scheduling anymore. They play next weekend, and they play a good amount over the next 2 weekends. Next Saturday, they play against Desert Vista. And then next Sunday, which is a game hopefully we get to do, Mountain Ridge plays against Notre Dame. That's a rematch from last year's semifinals. A game that Notre Dame took handedly. But this is 2 different teams now. Another year for Mountain Ridge under their belt. Notre Dame lost a couple of really key players as Horman's out of the box. Back to even strength. Stiller with a blocker save. Notre Dame, of course, lost Matthew Gahan, Reed Gramlich, along with a lot of others. Here's Horman. His shot bounces off of Streeter and almost in the back of the net. And then Mountain Ridge will take on Centennial and Pinnacle 2 weekends from now, the 28th and 29th. That is not going to be an easy weekend for the Mountain Lions, especially that Pinnacle game. Hopefully we can go and do that one too. So the only undefeated teams left, and Mountain Ridge is, assuming they finish this game off, barring a miracle, will be, technically undefeated. They haven't lost. They've only played 1 game and they won, that being tonight. They'll be 1-0. Pinnacle will be 2-0. And another team that only played 1 game, the Flagstaff Avalanche, 1-0. And I'll tell you this, I've always been a fan of the Flagstaff colors, which are very kind of similar to the Basha colors, light green and navy blue. But I have been told, and I haven't seen the team yet because their only game was up at Flagstaff at J. Lively Arena, which was yesterday, 10 a.m. against Centennial. And they took Centennial down at 6-2, I believe was the final score in that one. 6-1, sorry, against the Coyotes, who are here tonight facing off with Mountain Ridge in the other rink. Flagstaff, anyways, their new logo is excellent. I've been told their jerseys are awesome. They have a white jersey this year. They have a blue jersey. As Streeter makes one save but can't make the second. Babin scores, and now some pushing and shoving. Boyce Gaudreau and Babin in the corner. You never want to see that. You don't want to see frustrations boiling over. That's kind of what happens late in the third period of these games. Babin scores. He makes it 7-2. Mountain Ridge. So he gets his first goal of the night. 3:30 to go in the third of a running clock. Some disagreements there between Boyce Gaudreau and Babin. They break it up, and we'll keep going. No penalties given to each side. I'm sure, like most anybody in this rink, they want to finish this game out. Mountain Ridge up 7-2. Anyways, I'm very excited to see the Avalanche, Coach Kyle Palmer, and his team, whenever that might be on the schedule. And hopefully one day we get to go up to maybe J. Lively and do a deal. I haven't been up there. I haven't been to that arena or rink or whatever that might be. Jones cutting in, across, and Brown can't finish the job. Makash puts it wide on the short side. Love Flagstaff, especially love it when it's 100 plus here in the Phoenix metro area. You know, it's 100 degrees when you walk outside here, outside the rink. It's, you know, a rink temperature inside. As Brown picks up the loose puck and put it off the shoulder of Streeter. But at Flagstaff, as Gallo scores, Noah Gallo, with 2 minutes to go, 8-2 is the score. Flagstaff, what's colder? Inside in the winter, inside the rink, or outside? That's a good question. 8-2 is our score. Noah Gallo with the goal, assist by Brown, and Mountain Ridge is now up to 47 shots. It has been a strong, to say the least, debut for these Mountain Lions. First game, and their goal differential will be in a good spot after this one. And also, which has been a key for them, is, well, they haven't taken many penalties. They've only taken 2 penalties, which will get them that fair play point, which is so important in games like this. Fair play points in regular season can decide your seeding, can decide if you're the home team in a big game. Last year, Centennial and Pinnacle faced off in the semis, and Coach Chris Illing of Pinnacle said, hey, if we had last change, it would have changed that game. Last change, of course, goes to the home team as we're under a minute to go here in the third period. So you want your fair play points, of course you want to win, but those points can decide standings. Even if you might have a win or 2 more than the other team and another team that's below you, fair play points could boost them above you. Most likely the last draw here, 30 seconds to go in the third period. Rahela, who has 4 goals, and he had 4 goals in like a period in 2 minutes. So if this game was closer and, well, both teams were going full bore, as Waldron shot gets saved by Stiller, who knows where Kyle Rahela could have been. Maybe he could have had a double hat trick. Most goals I've seen in a game at the D1 level is 5. Anyways, this one is over. 8-2, the final score. Mountain Ridge takes down Basha Perry in a game that really, the story is penalties. A 5-minute major game misconduct penalty by Lucas Issue gave Mountain Ridge 3 power play goals at the end of the first period and made it 5-1 after a 2-1 game. And the Mountain Lions were off and running from there. 8-2 the final score. For everybody still with us, thanks for watching. And we hope to see you on the stream Friday night for Notre Dame and Pinnacle.